Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna show you guys how to create your first listing. I already showed you guys a video. I provided a video where you guys could create your eBay account and start becoming a seller on eBay. And today I'm gonna show you how to go ahead and start listing on eBay. So we're gonna go to the sales tab up here, and it's gonna direct you back to your seller's hub. Pretty much you're gonna do everything from your seller's hub. So from your seller's hub, you're gonna be able to choose on the top right on this blue button, create a listing. You could either make a single or a multiple, but for starting out, today we're gonna go with a single listing. Choose single listing. And then if you see right here, I already have like a bunch of drafts. It even says your drafts. This is stuff I kind of like took pictures of earlier. I already pre-made a bunch of information. Actually, I'll click into one of these. So like, let's say for example, this one right here, I took pictures of this shirt, and then I also, actually I haven't give a title yet. Then you're gonna go ahead and put in a title, populate your information, give a condition description, give a regular description. Don't worry, if it's going too fast, I'm gonna go over this all in like brand new listing. Give your pricing, type of shipping, and all this information. So we're gonna go over all of this. So this was just an example. And then just to preview it, this is what it's gonna look like. Pretty much look like once it's done. So you got your pictures, you got the price, you got the condition of the item, shipping. Right here it says returns accepted. I chose to accept returns, so there goes that. And these description, this description right here, that's actually something I put in all by myself. So that's what it'll look like once it's pretty much done. I'm gonna save that for later because I still have to fill in some specifics. So we're gonna go back to create a listing, single listing. And like I said, these are my drafts. Some stuff I already worked on before. And here goes templates. I'll talk to you about templates later on. You're definitely gonna want to learn how to use templates, because if you say like this, for instance, is a lot of shirts, I'm gonna have to reuse a lot of that information. If I keep making one listing individually, you could say I'm gonna be typing in a bunch of the same information every single listing, and instead of typing in every single time the same information, what I'm gonna do is just make a template. It's gonna have all that information that I know I'm gonna reuse, and then every time I'm gonna sell a similar item, for example these shirts, it's just gonna apply all that information in there, so I don't have to retype it, repopulate item specifics. It'll just save me so much time. So let's say you want to sell some shoes. Let's say some Jordan 1 High. We'll go with something that's available. Jordan 1 High, Chicago. We'll go with 2015. Actually, I'm gonna type it in myself, because I mean you're gonna create a new listing. Let's say you got a shirt, a sweater, a jacket you want to sell. We're gonna go ahead and type it in sweater. Special kind of sweater. We'll say something simple like Nike. We'll say Nike sweater, hoodie, black, and then Nike men's sweater. We'll say men's sweater. Nike men's sweater, hoodie, black. Okay, I'm pretty sure your sweater might look different. Say nothing matches. We'll just continue without a match. Sometimes the stuff you're selling has a match, and then you could go ahead and select it, and it's gonna pretty much use all that information from that listing, and it'll apply it to your listing. So it'll save you a lot of time when you're putting in the information. But let's say, for example, your listing does not match. Your sweater does not match anything on here. Just go ahead and create a new one. Continue without a match. Yours will be either new with tags, brand new. Maybe it's brand new, but just the tags fell off, or you could say it's pre-owned. Let's go with pre-owned. Let's say you're selling some sweater you've already worn before. So right here at the top, it tells you 0 out of 12 photos. So what that means is you could put a total of 12 photos. You could put 12 pictures. You could put more, but you have to pay more if you have to pay for additional photos. But either way, 12 photos is enough, especially for one item. You could just use your photos and you could add photos right here. And if you already have the photos kind of already stored in your computer, or maybe you're listing from your phone, you could just click right here, add photos, and it'll go to the folder and you could kind of search through your pictures. Let's see. We'll go ahead and see if we could add something right here. So we got all these clothing items. We'll say we'll go with this jacket right here. It's actually a jacket I have to list later on. So all these 4 photos I took earlier, I'm gonna go ahead and select them, open, and then they're gonna automatically upload into the listing, which is cool, really cool. So let's go into the picture. Picture looks good. Let's go to the next one. Looks good. Okay. Okay, cool. Everything looks good. And if you wanted to, let's say if your picture was kind of dark and you wanted to add some brightness, we could always mess with some of these things. We could make it a little bit brighter. We could make it a little darker in case it was too bright. You know, it's up to you. You could add some contrast or remove some contrast. Obviously, I wouldn't mess with that. I'm just going to cancel that. I'll probably add a little bit of brightness. Not too much. I don't want to exaggerate it. And now it makes the jacket pop a little bit more, especially with the colors. It's gonna just pop a little bit more. So say somebody's looking for a specific Jordan jacket, it's just gonna populate their list with jackets that fit their search criteria. And if mine's pops up on their screen, you know, mine's is a little bright, it kind of stands out just because of the brightness. It'll kind of increase your chance, for reals, it'll increase your chance of people actually choosing your listing just because the picture looks better or brighter. So we'll go ahead and leave it like that. Done. All these pictures look fine. And if you wanted to, you could go ahead and add more photos. You could even add a video, but I'm not gonna add a video for this. Then you got your item title. So this is not a sweater or a hoodie. We're gonna go ahead and write this out. Jordan, Nike, jacket, men's, size, I think it was a medium. In case you don't know, right there it says medium. Medium, new with tags, multi-color, windbreaker, breaker. So we'll go ahead and leave it like that. Jordan Nike jacket, men's, size medium, new with tags, multicolor windbreaker. So we got the brand. We got right here, we indicated it's a men's jacket, so it's gonna be men's sizing. So it'll be a men's size medium. We indicated it's new with tags, and let the buyer know it's a multicolor windbreaker. Okay, looks good. Customized label. Customized label, that's gonna be specifically for you. So once you start, let's say you start getting a lot of product, you start getting a lot of clothes, you have to start storing this clothes. Let's say you start getting maybe like a dozen bins, you start putting it in separate boxes. When this item sells, you want to know where to find it. So right here, I'm gonna just use this label right here, this one, 1831. So I'm gonna write what bin number did I put it in, because I have about 30 bins right now, 30 plus bins. So I'm gonna say I put it in bin 1, and I will put it in bin 1 when I'm done. And then I'm gonna give it this number 0485. Actually I'm gonna give it a different number. So I got this roll of numbers right here. So every time I make a new listing, I'm gonna put the jacket in a bag, and then I'm gonna put a number on the bag itself. I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna show you one. Okay, so for example, I got this tie-dye sweater that I listed a couple of days ago, and you can see it's 0506. So I put one of these labels on the bag. Once I put the sweater in the bag, put a label on the bag, and then I kind of write right here on custom label. I let it know. We'll say, let's say for instance, we're gonna say 0506. 0506. So now I know that I got it in bin 1, and I'm gonna have label 0506 because maybe I have similar jackets, whatever. I know where to find it. I'm gonna go to the bin 1. I'm gonna pull out bag with 0506. Found the jacket. Obviously this is not the jacket, but it's your example. Okay, so I'll put that back later on. And that's what your custom label SKU is. It's specifically for you and how you're gonna locate your items. You check the category. We're gonna change this. So we chose hoodies and sweatshirts, but hey, we're gonna sell a jacket. Let's go ahead and go back. We're gonna select this. We're gonna go find the right one. So it's clothing, men's clothing, activewear jacket. Perfect. So eBay kind of recommended what it most likely will fall in, and sure enough, it was the one I was looking for. Store categories. Right here, you could actually make these categories. So all these categories I made through my store, and this is just so I could kind of like categorize all the stuff that I'm listing. So I sell apparel, I sell bags, board games. Bags would be more like sports bags or backpacks and stuff like that. So go ahead and, so this is apparel. So we got apparel, and well, that should have been the first category. And then second, it's a jacket. So I'm gonna put it on jacket. There you go. You don't have to fill this in. You could leave these actually blank because you have you're barely starting out your store, so you're most likely not gonna use this. But once you do get going, go ahead and start categorizing your listings. That way it's easier to search. Trust me, once you start getting to like hundreds of listings, you're gonna want to use this category thing. The other thing, okay, now we got to do required item specifics. So we know it's a Jordan jacket, it's a windbreaker. I know it's a regular. Oh, sorry. So we're gonna go with brand. It's a Jordan. Here you go. You got your style. You got several styles to choose from. For the most part, it's like a windbreaker jacket. Size type. If you don't know what it's really asking, like it says size type, I already know what it means, but if you don't know, you could just kind of hover over it and it'll give you a brief description of what it means. Like for example, performance activity, type of activity the product is best suited for. Or brand, name of the brand, designer, or artist that produces the product. So it kind of helps you out a little bit. So size, we're gonna go with medium. That's the size of the jacket. Color, if it was a single color or mostly dominantly like a specific color, go ahead and choose it. But for this case, obviously it has several colors, multicolor. Department, it's in the men's department. Outer shell. Okay, so we'll go with polyester. The type, it's a jacket, but let's see. All the results, just jackets. Pretty much it only gave you that type because it is an activewear jacket, so it's most likely gonna only be that type. Product line, we'll go with Air Jordan or Nike Air. I honestly don't know the specific one it is. It says Nike Air, it has Jordan. Which one of the two it is, I don't think you could go wrong with either one. So I'll put Nike Air. Performance and activity. Go ahead and fill it in. Go ahead and check off anything that it applies to. You know, if you say it's for running and jogging, okay, click in it. If it's for school, okay, go for it, you know. I probably wouldn't wear this for skiing. It's way too thin. I probably wouldn't wear it for soccer because, you know, I don't know. It's just not going to... Weightlifting. People could use it, but I mean, it's not specifically meant for those particular things. Closure, zip. You got the features. Go ahead and fill them in as necessary. You could go through the whole list. and kind of just start checking off the ones that fit. Country of region of manufacturer. So you could actually check the tag and it'll tell you where it was made. I know almost all Jordan stuff is made in China. Fabric type. Okay, go ahead and write your fabric type, your theme, character. If some stuff you just don't know what to put, you could just leave it blank. Most of these additional specific details are not like necessary to complete the listing, but these ones up here are, and that's why it says required. So that one's required. Now up here, we'll just go ahead and start checking off the stuff you know. Leave empty the stuff you don't know. But if you look right here on the side, product line, if you put the product line, you're gonna get 17,000 plus extra searches. And what that means is if somebody starts typing in, if they start typing in something similar to this or even really close to this, the closer they are, the closer it is to being your listing showing up. So the more details you have, once the buyer starts filtering, they're gonna start filtering, and this one has higher searches. It'll show you 10,000 searches. This one's trending, 6,700, 3,200, 20. Those that give you more searches, you're gonna usually want to fill these in. It just pushes your listing higher up when they start filtering through. So go ahead and fill all that out. Once you get through that, you're gonna come here to conditions. So this is a new product, so new with tags. If it were used, go ahead and say pre-owned. And since this is, say if it had no tags, new with no tags, or you could just go ahead and leave it empty if you wanted to. We'll say new with tags. Description. Right here, go ahead and just, usually what I always do, since you already use this information, I'll copy the title, paste it onto the description so that way they know what they're getting. A Jordan Nike jacket, men's size medium, new with tag, multicolor, windbreaker. Now you could go ahead and write additional information like you could write the sizes of the sleeve length, the length of the jacket, you know, the width, armpit to armpit, especially for clothing. Or say if you have video games or like electronics or something like that, you're gonna start want to describing like if it has little scratches, cracks, or any little problems, or maybe it's a book with the signature, with the author's signature. So then you're gonna want to indicate it's a signed copy. You know, whatever details you could add. Details that you'll probably like say if you're selling it to me in person, all the little details you're gonna tell me, you'll probably want to add it on the description so as a buyer they could read like, okay, it has these little things, this is a signed copy, or okay, it has a scratch, I'm still willing to buy it, or I guess I'll just look for something else. Or you could have templates. I'll go ahead and make a video on templates later on, but say like this one, used tops. Let's say this was a used clothing. I already made this before, so it's gonna apply. If you see that, it just populated all that by itself. I'm gonna remove a couple lines. Pre-owned, your specs. Sorry, you got your sleeve length, armpit to armpit, and front length. You mentioned a few description pieces for the item, promotional discount, shipping, return policy. I put all this on every one of my used items, and if it's not used, I'll just go ahead and delete this. I'll delete this. Okay. And then everything else I'm gonna keep the same for clothing. So you got your sleeve length, armpit to armpit. It saves you so much time if you make a template. I'm gonna show you how to make a template on another video, but for right now, if you didn't have a template, just go ahead and put anything on the description that you want, that you know you could put, that you can add. If you don't have any ideas, go ahead and start researching for the specific items you're selling, the type of descriptions sellers put, and then start creating your own from right there. You know, you might copy and paste a couple of theirs onto yours. but eventually you're gonna like start learning that, you know, you're pretty good at just writing your own description, which is the best way to go. Then you got price. So you got your details, your descriptions. Now you go to pricing. I'm gonna sell this jacket for say 50 bucks. I don't know if that's what I'm gonna sell it for. I'll fix it later. But let's say I want to sell it for 50 bucks. Go ahead and put it right there. You could put any price you want. You could put $1. You could put, shoot, let's see, I want to sell this thing for a lot, $10 million. Imagine that sold. We'll put it for 50 bucks. Offers. Right here on the offers, buyers interested in your item can make you offers. You can accept, counter, or decline. So that means right now you don't allow offers. But say you want to accept possible offers, you want to entertain them, go ahead and check this allow offers. And what that's going to do is add an additional tab. I'll put one right here. That's going to add that additional offers tab, and buyers could actually send you offers like, hey, I'll buy instead of 50 bucks, I'll send you 40 bucks for that jacket, or I'll give you 25. There's a lot of low ballers too. I'll give you $5 for that jacket. So go ahead and allow offers if you want to entertain it. Like, hey, 50 bucks, I want to sell it for 50, but I might sell it for less. What's your offer? You know what I mean? So you could also do minimum offer amount, which I recommend everybody does, because some people just be lowballing so hard. So let's say I want to sell this for 50 bucks, but I don't mind selling the jacket for say 40, the lowest. Any offer that comes in below 40, it's not even gonna notify me. It's just gonna go automatically decline their offer. So I'm gonna go ahead and put $40 and above. Shipping. Standard shipping, small to medium items. Okay, perfect. If you're selling bigger items, go ahead and choose freight. Local pickup only. People that you meet in person, go ahead and select that if that's what you want to do. But if you're shipping, let's go with standard shipping, small to medium items, especially for this jacket. Weight. I'm pretty sure this thing weighs more than a pound, so I'm gonna put 2 pounds. And this is very general. The package dimensions, I pretty much on all clothing put 12 by 10 by 2 because it'll go like in a padded envelope. But if you weren't sure, if you look right here, it says estimate based on listings like yours, 1 pound, and then it's got these dimensions. If you weren't sure and you didn't have a scale to like measure the or to weigh the product or to measure dimensions, you could just go with what eBay is recommending to you. So just click apply and it just changes all the numbers. There you go. And just go based off of that. And that part, you don't really have to sweat, because when you do sell the item, you could actually then, right before buying the shipping label, you could go ahead and measure the dimensions and you could check the weight, and then there you go. You could go ahead and get everything detailed out right there. Shipping. Let's say this wasn't available. Delete service. You could go ahead and add a service. Go ahead and choose any service from FedEx, USPS, UPS. There's other actual carriers. And then of course, eBay's always going to recommend to you which one's the most likely best option. Usually it's the best option when they recommend something. Just go with that one. Especially if you're not sure what to do, just go ahead and start using the recommended until you get to the point where you're so comfortable with choosing, you know what you want to go with. But for this one, I know I want to go with first class because it's under 1 pound. I'm gonna apply that. And it says same cost regardless of buyer's location. So you could either do calculated. And now when this person buys the item based off of this information, they're gonna pay either $8.70 or all the way up to $11.60. So that's what the buyer is gonna pay. And if you wanted to offer free shipping, go ahead and highlight that. Free for buyer. So if you don't want to offer free shipping, you could take it back off. And if you also wanted to, you could do a flat rate where you charge, it doesn't matter where the buyer lives at, you're gonna just charge them the same amount, say $4.99. $2.99. Maybe you want to charge $9.99. Totally up to you. Go ahead and change that how you want. International shipping. I know you're a beginner. You're probably a beginner, but I would recommend checking or choosing this option, international shipping, because what that does is, like, if you don't have it highlighted, you're gonna sell to everybody within your country, which is cool. You're selling to your country, that's all you feel comfortable shipping to, go ahead. If you later on want to open up to international shipping, that means you could start selling to other countries. You could start selling to your neighboring countries, and you could start shipping overseas. Highlight this one. What that does is make your listing available from not only your country, but it could make it available to, I think, 190 plus countries, which eBay actually, operates in. So it just opens up the potential of a much larger marketplace. So a lot more people could look at your listings. So I always highlight this when I've shipped internationally, and it's really easy through eBay. It's so easy. So don't be too afraid. I'll go ahead and make another video on that one day, but don't be too afraid of that. Local pickup, people that want to meet you in person, go ahead and highlight this if you don't mind. If you don't want to meet people in person, go ahead and remove it. Handling time, we're almost done. So handling time, this handling time means how much time do you need to handle shipping the product. If you think you could ship it within the same day, consistently every single time, choose same day, go ahead. It's actually better. The less amount of time you take to ship the product, you're just going to increase the likelihood of you making the sale over somebody else with a similar product. Or if you take a really long time, you could take up to 40 business days. But just remember, the longer you take, the buyer's going to see like, hey, it's going to take a really long time for me to receive this item. I'm probably going to shop somewhere else where I can get it sooner. So I would recommend choose the least amount of days you can. If you can't handle a same day or even one business day, try 2. See if that works for you. If 2 business days is not enough time for you to operate, just keep adding more days and find where is most comfortable for you. For me, I always choose 1 business day. So if it sells today, I could ship it all out tomorrow. And if I wanted to, I could still ship it out today if I wanted to. So promote this listing. If you want to promote your items, you could always turn this on, and you could go ahead and either choose the suggested rate, or you can make your own rate. This will be promotions if you want to promote your listings. Then you got payments. I think by default this one's always going to be chosen payments managed by eBay. And if it's not, make sure it's payments managed by eBay. It's so much easier when they manage it for you. It's just they collect the money, they give you the money, they pay you out. It'll be better that way. I think, yep. Cash on pickup. Just let eBay manage your money. Returns. We'll go to returns. So payment, item. Let me just click into returns. So, okay, if you don't want to accept returns, click not accepted. You do not want to accept returns. But remember, if you're competing with other sellers, so sellers that accept returns are most likely going to get more sales than the ones that do not accept returns. So right here, if you want to accept it, go ahead, click accepted. Then you can choose either 14 days, 30. I don't know why it gives me a 14-day choice. I thought that was that option was gone. But either way, by practice, it's usually 30 days or 60 days. I always go with 30-day returns. You could choose who pays for it, either the buyer or you. Free for buyer, you pay. So it's free returns. I put buyer and money back as your refund. Go ahead and put your item location. That's if you do local meetups. Did I do local meetups? There you go, local pickup. Now let's do a preview. Once you do a preview, once you're ready, once you have it all set up, I would suggest for your first few handful of listings, maybe even dozen listings, always click preview, because you might have messed up somewhere and you want to catch it before you list it. So we got our pictures. Perfect. We got our title. I'm happy with the title. Condition of the item, new with tags. I got the price. Here's the offer button that the buyer can see. They could also see the returns are accepted. Then you do pickup, local meetups, and then they can see the description you wrote, and they can see the details that you filled out on the item description. So there you go. That's what it's gonna look like. Let's close this. That was just a preview. And if you're ready, go ahead and hit list, and that's it. I'll save this for later because I haven't finished it, but go ahead, save for later. I actually have one ready. Let me see. Quad 7. I'm gonna go to this listing right here. This is one of my drafts. I know I have this one completed. So I got my pictures. Right here I got my title. I'm gonna fill this out later. I got my categories, the actual item category, required item specifics, size, department, color, brand. Remember, all the information is right here on the left to help you out. Any additional details, you can see that I didn't actually fill out everything because some things I just didn't know, and some things I just don't feel it's too relevant to put. So anyways, that's the description. You got your item condition, which I wrote for pre-owned. Let the buyer know what's going on with it. No major wear or damage to garment. I copied the title onto the first line. I used my template to fill this out. It went bigger. And then I went and measured the shirt. Sleeve length, armpit to armpit is 12 inches. Front length is 15 inches. That helps the buyer to decide whether they want it or not. I put the price. I don't allow offers. I put the weight, dimensions. I'm gonna ship through first class, and then I'm gonna charge $4.99 for shipping. Let's see, I do international shipping, local pickup, yes. I do not promote my listings. I tried it. It kind of did help, I feel, but for the most part, you do gotta pay for those promotions. So if you start promoting your items, you're gonna have to pay a fee for every time you make a sale on a promoted item. Yes, returns 30 days. Buyer pays for returns. Okay, just in case I'm not sure, let me preview this. Okay, pictures, price, item title, description, perfect. It looks good to me. It looks good to me. Now I'm ready to list it. You're ready to list it. Boom, click that blue button, list it. Your listing is now live. Now you are ready to make your first listing. And hopefully just based off of this first listing, you can just keep doing your next one, your next one, your next one, your next one, and hopefully you have a whole ton of listings and they start selling. So good luck to you guys with your listings. I'll go ahead and show you drafts on the next video. But for right now, good luck and see you guys next time.